It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football and certainly the loudest as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Chiefs get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense? Is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Murray now to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Gibson. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll look to throw. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. He'll drop to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons! Kyle Pitts, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Murray. Buying time to his left. He'll air this one out for Kirk. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Read it well, and it's picked. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Murray. He'll look underneath here for Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. He'll swing this one out to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Murray now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now. And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Here's Murray. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They're going for it. It's Murray. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Richie Grant. And he's into the clear. The 40, 20, 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Christian Kirk. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. And that time he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route. Often against the safety, you like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.